Simon Told Helen wins a half length. Zach Manelli second.
Welcome to Greyhound Gossip.
Peaky Blinders start cheering for Tommy Shelby wins the WA Sprint Championship final.
Featuring Peter O'Neill and Leia Ernest.
Mozza moves up to Mermaid Manelli. Fab's Gem 3 deep. Here comes Fab's Gem.
Hard Style Rico by 5 lengths to Simon Told Helen. Third Tommy Shelby.
This segment is dedicated to the discussion and promotion of greyhound racing.
Cindy's Oliver, Rockstar Patriot, Paul Stewart, back-to-back with Rockstar Patriot in the Galaxy.
Handsome Prince, a bolder clear. The former Tasmanian Handsome Prince has won the $1 million chase.
Greyhound Racing, Frantic Knight bounced out nicely on the inside, out wide, Tearaway Tommy going hard, so is Jason's Run and Agro Latest, a great bumping duel on the first bend. Frantic Knight got a fly, missed all the interferences, left floor in front going towards the back. From Hearts Bouquet around the outside was Lucky Creed. Back behind them, Black Digger. They're being followed then further back in the field by Tearaway Tommy. And well back behind them, William Joseph, Agro Lad. Jason's Run, Frantic Knight off the back is nicely clear from Lucky Creed. Then came Hearts Bouquet and back behind them, Black Digger, but for home. Frantic Knight is clear. Lucky Creed won't get in. This is the rags to riches Greyhound. It's Frantic Knight, a $500 buy a few weeks ago. Goes on to take out the $30,000 final. A brilliant performance. Good luck to you, Billy Jules.
So, yes, that was back in 1991. It was called the Gold Cup then, now the Perth Cup. And, of course, Frantic Knight was successful. He was purchased by Billy Jules and a syndicate of owners, went on to win the $30,000 final. And Bill Jules will be laid to rest this Wednesday at 11 a.m. up in Bakers Hill. And it's nearby to where we're going today. Northern will drive through Bakers Hill on the way there and past Billy and Margaret Jules' property. And our thoughts go out to the family in what has been a tough few weeks, and certainly will be a tough week on Wednesday. And Billy fought for many, many years, along with the many volunteers up at Northam, to make sure that the track kept racing when there was a time that we thought that greyhound racing would close up in the Avon Valley. And Bill was at the forefront to make sure that greyhound racing continues. And we get to go up there again today, and it's going to be a nice day to get up there and a week to remember Billy Jules in what he has done for greyhound racing here in Western Australia. And he always called me Petey, and he certainly will be sadly missed when we lay him to rest on Wednesday. On a brighter note, let's say good morning to Leia Ernest. Leia, good morning, and what a weekend it was of greyhound racing here in Western Australia and on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, Petey, and we're very much looking forward to joining our special guests today. We've got Steve Shinners as well as Luke Gatehouse.
Okay, if you ever call me that again, you won't be coming on the show. Only Bill could call me that. But good morning to you. It was a big night of greyhound racing on Saturday night. Let's go to the feature. It was the running of the listed $30,000 Winter Cup.
Came out quickly on the inside, showing early speed was no limit needed. Hunting across from out wide, Elite Machine, but hunting up on the inside was Electrified. Oh, the Elite Machine came down and fell heavily on the corner. So going to the lead was Electrified and race clear by 5. No limit needed goes to second, then followed by Catchu. Behind them, Nengar Chief, Barbecue Man. Well back was My Time. Dandelup Blazer off the back. The odds on pop. Electrified shot away. Out by 6 lengths. Catchu runs into second, then followed by No Limit Needed, but Electrified too good. Wins by 3 lengths. Catchu runs second. Third goes the way of Nengar Chief, No Limit Needed, then followed by Dandelop Cruiser.
What a win that was indeed. I think it ended up being closer to 4 lengths in the end after that amendment, with a time of 29.91. And we've got Steve Shinners joining us on Greyhound Gossip this morning. Steve, congratulations on the win in the Winter Cup.
Good morning, Leia. Good morning, Pete. And now we've got one up on Pete. We know what to call him when he annoys us,
Yeah, we certainly do, Steve. Congratulations to you and Crystal. Another great win for the connections there on Saturday night. And, gee, he's been a wonderful chaser, a chaser that you and Crystal bred, who's won now close to $300,000 in stake money, and well past $300,000, of course, with the WA bred and owners bonus. Did you think when, you first mated Aussie and Ferretta Miss America to get together, you would get a greyhound as good as this?
Oh, look, we hoped. It's actually quite surreal, actually. It was Catch the Thief, who, as you know, we had him over here for the Derby and also the Winter Cup, and I just fell in love with the dog, and just a beautiful nature, great temperament, and obviously plenty of ability as well. And I sort of rang up and asked David Brash about the breeding of with Miss America, and he said, "Look, just go for it, Steve." He said, "That's a perfect." And look, it's just been a sensational litter. I think every dog that's raced in there, the whole 6 of them have all broken 30 seconds, and they're probably well on the way to earning over $500,000 so far. So it's just been a super litter.
And he's been such a great chaser for you, and he showed that again on Saturday night from the inside. He had a lot of pressure on him from wider, No Limit Needed, and also Leap Machine, and he had to hold up and he had to hang tough going into that corner, and he's done that numerous times before, and he did it again on Saturday.
Yeah, no, look, and that's what he loves. He loves the competition, the dog, and he doesn't shirk the issue. And look, and thank goodness he's learning, because he sort of had a bit of a bad habit there a little while ago of being on the outside and trying to cut the dogs off. And I was really wrapped with his run the week before, where he sort of just sat on the outside and used his brains and went around him. And he's just an absolute competitor dog. And we had no luck in the Cup and the Sandgroper, and a couple of bad boxes in Melbourne, and sort of a bad plane trip we had back, and sort of his bloods were off a bit, and we've sort of fixed him up, and he's getting back to his best again now and off to Queensland.
He has been fantastic for you, Steve. He's been a busy dog this year, though, travelling across the East Coast about 3 times, I believe, and it's only been the first 6 months of the year. Have you got any plans for him to head back?
Yeah, look, he's heading off to Queensland. He may have probably one more start Saturday night here, and then he'll head up to Mick Zammit for the carnival up in Queensland, and me and Crystal are off to Europe at the end of the month. So he'll do his racing up there probably until we sort of get back, and then we'll map out a program for him after that.
Steve, does he have to go back to qualify for the Brisbane Cup, or because he ran there earlier in the year when he ran second in the Derby, is he already qualified?
I'm not sure, Pete. I haven't checked that rule, but I'd say it's like most of the places that they probably have to have had a run on the track at least. So I'm not sure of the rules there, so I'll have to check that up. I'm glad you brought that one up. But he'll probably have a race maybe before there, or at least a trial anyway before the heats anyway. So I'm not sure. We'll have to check that out.
There's been some great prize money on offer, hasn't there, already here in Western Australia, where he's won $300,000. You mentioned the Perth Cup, where he was placed, and also the Sandgroper. And now you go to Queensland, where there's just so much good prize money on offer.
It's a massive carnival. We'll have to start lifting our game over here, I think, to catch up to them. It's just incredible what they've done up there. And it's not only just the main race, so $650,000 as the winner or something. It's all the consolations and other little feature races they've got on the way through. They're just worth so much money. Even like to even run places in them is great. So, no, it's something to look forward to, and hopefully we can sort of emulate them in the year to come.
Have you looked further ahead than Queensland? Do you bring him back and try and qualify him for the national sprint? And are you planning on heading across for maybe the $1 Million Chase and the Melbourne Cup later in the year?
Yeah, definitely the Melbourne Cup's on the radar. The $1 Million Chase, I'd probably have to travel with him up to Sydney. We've got quite a few friends up there as well. But, hopefully a couple of the other ones can step up to be some travelling companions with him. And unfortunately, we haven't got Amplify to go there anymore. But, we'll definitely chase those races around. And look, as you know, he's competitive in any of those races, and it just comes down to lots of box draws, and probably so much not the box draws themselves, it's just what gets drawn around you if something wipes you out or whatever, because he's a pretty smart dog in a field. So, hopefully he just gets to show one. And look, he's quite capable of winning a big one, and hopefully we can just draw reasonable when we go over east. We just have certainly had no luck with box draws over there at all. I think he's drawn once inside 5 in about the 4 or 5 starts he's had over there. So, it's a bit frustrating, but that's racing.
You mentioned before, and I'm interested in this because I've got one that does the same. I hope he's as good as Electrified. When he's on the outside, he likes to cut left and cut them in half. Is that something you can teach a dog like Electrified to, run straight and not go to the fence so quickly, or is it just them making the decision and getting smarter?
Just experience, Pete. I mean, if you probably remember Electrified early doors in those lower grade races, he used to crash across, and I was just thought, he's going to be in a bit of trouble when he gets older. But he's learned. He's actually really learned. He sort of knows when he's out wide. He doesn't seem to begin as well, but he sort of just works his way into it. And then, as I said, he's now learning not to try and cut dogs off on the corner as well. But a dog like Amplified, as you know, she was just a mad railer for her entire career, and 25 kilos. You can't afford to be like that. I mean, if she went straight for 30 metres, she probably would have nearly been unbeatable. But, that was just unfortunately a little chink in her armour as far as crashing, and she never learned. So just every dog's different. And, but most of the dogs will learn with experience, and hopefully you get a good one and can get in the group race scene as well.
It'd be nice. Now, so you send Electrified across to Mickey Zammit, and you and Crystal will be heading across to Europe because I believe she's going I heard you say last week on the Sports Daily that she's doing a 150-kilometre 5-day run through the Swiss Alps. That'll be nice, and I'd love to see you running with her.
Oh, mate, that's right. Hence, I'm staying home for the extra week and a bit. But no, she's been training mad, mate. It's I couldn't believe how much she runs each week, and yeah, I think it's 10,000 feet elevation or something. She tells me that Bluff Knoll is like 600 metres down here in Perth. So she went down there in training, and it's going to be crazy. I mean, she had the trip planned for a hiking tour back when COVID hit, and now she's sort of got into a running group, and there's a girl going with her from Western Australia as well doing it. It's sort of a big group doing it. So yeah, they'll have a ball, and then the week after I fly into Barcelona, and then we're off to Italy and Ibiza and quite a few, I think 6 or 8 different places. So yeah, it'd be nice to get away and travel the place.
The life of a greyhound trainer, travelling through Europe. Enjoy it, Stephen. Congratulations on your win. Good luck up in Queensland as well.
No worries. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Lo.
Good on you. Steve Shinners joining us, Electrified, winning the Winter Cup and now $300,000 in stake money. And he heads to the north of the Gold Coast up to Queensland, the Sunshine Coast, and looking to take some of their riches and bring it back to WA. Speaking of Queensland, let's head across to Luke Gatehouse. He joins us. Their carnival's in full swing, and we've really enjoyed it. And we've got some WA flavour over there winning last week, and hopefully they can take some more prize money and bring it back west. And Luke joins us online. Luke, good morning. Peter O'Neill and also Leia Ernest with you. How are you?
Good morning, Pete. Good morning to Leia as well.
Exciting carnival so far, and it's only going to get better over the next few weeks.
Yeah, it was a ripping start last week with the 3 big group finals, and great racing all around, and the spoils were shared pretty much across the country in the heats and the finals, so it's good to see the best of the best here in Queensland in winter.
Good morning to you, Luke. We've got a very exciting week, exciting fortnight, I should say, coming up there in Brisbane. You've got the 5th running of the Origin Greyhound Series this week, and there's $360,000 worth of prize money in just the 3 events.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, isn't it, Leigh, that this event's into its 5th year and just grows and grows and grows. Disappointing that we won't have She's a Pearl coming up, but that's a plus for Queensland and a loss for New South Wales, but it'll still be a great night, and there'll be really a week of festivities this week and then leading into the rugby league next week.
And I've seen on social... Oh, sorry, Pete, you go.
No, go on. I was just about to say She's a Pearl. She's one of those greyhounds, isn't she? We all get excited that she's about to arrive, and then at the last minute she's a late withdrawal.
Yeah, it sounds like my early dating life when I was a teenager.
She's a bit of a tease. Luke, I've seen on social media that you've got Boom Crash Opera to headline the 2023 Cup Night entertainment. They're on track.
Yes, that's Friday the 7th of July, and it's great to be able to get our signature Aussie band, Boom Crash Opera, who have had a couple of years off, and they're back in action doing a tour at the moment, and we'll have them at Albion Park. They'll do the pre-race show, plus they'll also do a concert after the last year, seeing it's a Friday night.
I think that's what got Shane Williams to head up there. Of course, he was successful last week with Rip and Grace in Queensland. She won our Oaks, and he decided to send her across, and I think besides the prize money on offer, that was Boom Crash Opera was another reason he wanted to come, Luke.
Yeah, and I'm glad he didn't come a week earlier, because our dog managed to run second in the Carnival Chase, and Rip and Grace came out and ran faster than the winner of the final of that race.
Yeah, well, tell us about how you got involved with Adelaide, who finished second behind the Zipping Dog there last week.
It's one of those funny stories that gets told over and over again, but Jason Lincoln rang me one day when I was at the Brecky Creek on a business lunch having a good steak, and he said, "Mate, I found a pup for us to buy. Can you get a couple of people in?" By the time I'd finished my steak, we had 12 people who ended up buying 2 pups from that litter. And one of those is Adelaide, who really was basically a gap dog. He broke in terribly. He didn't really want to chase, and trainers just laughed at us when we asked him to train. And obviously you go straight to the top after that and get Hall of Famer Tony Zammit to do a favour for a few old friends, and he spent a lot of time with this dog that was doing nothing, and now he's won $100,000.
Outstanding, isn't it? It's great, and great to see that you're involved with that. talk us through this State of Origin series coming up on Thursday. There's so much, obviously, competitive juices that'll be flowing from Queensland and New South Wales. While there's a couple of scratchings from New South Wales, it'll still be very, very competitive, and there'll be no punches held on Thursday on the track.
Yeah, it's class all across the paddock, as they say, and it'll be probably coming down to the match race again, I'd say. I think we're a really red-hot chance in the sprint now that Pearl's come out. Hello Mikey's had a little bit of a holiday, but he trialled here last week and had a really good time. Plenty of early pace with Magistrate and Tomahawk Hayes, and then should there be a run-on dog, it'll be Shipwreck over the top. So, plenty of class in that New South Wales side, and Cashmaster, he loves this place and was a great win last Thursday night. And Wandra, all class, we're looking forward to see her coming up as well. The distance, I'm just about giving it to the New South Wales side. It's really strong with plenty of early pace from Nango Rocket, Zipping Orlando, who was outstanding last week, and Palawa King, who is just screaming out for the 700. Get to the match race, and we're hoping it's 1-1 because we love J.S.J. He's the track record holder here and takes on Simply Limelight, the star of New South Wales, after its performance in the Egg and coming back from what looked like a serious injury. It's been a great performance by Peter Rogers, so just going to be an absolute cracker Thursday night.
Oh, I wish I could be there, Luke. I've been to Albion Park before to watch Pepper race, and it is an incredible track. You guys do such a great job, and this week's going to be very exciting with the sprint distance and, of course, match rates there in the Origin Greyhound Series. But next Thursday, you've got the Super Night, and that is massive, headlined by the $1 million Brisbane Cup. And my math's not too bad, but correct me if I'm wrong, this year's Winter Carnival offers $3.3 million in prize money there at Albion Park?
Yeah, you're just 1 week ahead of yourself. Super Night is the 22nd and the Cup heats start on the 29th. So Super Night is headed by the Superstars, which has had another prize money increase this year. It's $105,000. 4-dog race picked by our panel of experts up here in Queensland. And it's a 4-dog invitation for $100,000. That's going to be an absolute super race. And supported by feature races over every here at Albion Park, so all five distances will be used on that night, and then the following, the 29th, will be the heats of the Cup, $1 million that night, and over the course of the carnival, $3.3 million.
Now, I spoke with Steve Shinners before. I think he'll be giving you a call later on today, Luke, in regards to electrifying the qualifications. So he went across earlier in the year and ran second in your Derby. Does he still need to come up and qualify in one of these races before he goes into the Brisbane Cup?
No. All you need to have done...
He's already run at the track.
Race 5:20 or beyond at Albion Park, so he doesn't need to run in the prelude. And it'll be great to see Steve back. He had a great time when he was over here earlier in the year for the Derby, and it'd be great to have him back again.
All right, that's good to see. And maybe even Elite Machines heading across and a couple of other WA chasers to chase some of this rich prize money. And the market's very, very open with Tab Touch currently. Victor Damien, who had no luck there the other night. Amron Boy, both at $8. JSJ, 10 Rejuvenate, and Alpha Zulu at $12. An interesting runner, that's Crumble Manelli heads our WA chase at the moment, currently at 17. But we saw Panama Pepper a couple of weeks ago go quickest of the night. Leia mentioned him, and still with Tab Touch is $51. That's got to be overs, doesn't it, pre-post?
Oh, definitely overs. If you saw the run off the red, it was absolutely scorching. He didn't have a lot of luck coming from a wide box at his second run here, but he knows his way around Albion Park. So, if you're keen, you want to try and get a little bit of that 51.
And what did you make of Victor Damien's run the other night?
Well, I knew Umberto was going to lead, and it's just one of those ones when you've got a field of that quality, there's not that much room to move early, and it does separate them. You want that early speed, or you want that dog who's just going to hang around and run on the way that Rusty's dog did.
All right, so we're looking forward to the carnival and also looking forward to your new facilities that we saw launched last week. You must be really excited with what's going to be on offer, and you can tell our listeners this morning what we will know, Greyhound Racing, the venue, the name of it, leading forward in the coming years to come.
Yeah, so the racing precinct was named last week, and it's called the Q, and once we get the club sorted out. We'll sort of work out why the name The Q came out, but it's synonymous with Queensland. We've got 3 tracks, so there's the one-turn track, the two-turn track, and the straight track, and we've tried to make it nice and simple that we've called the one-turn track the Q1, the two-turn track the Q2, and the straight track the Q straight, because obviously when punters are going to be betting out there, they'll need to know exactly what track they're betting on and what the form looks like around that.
That'll help Bunny Brash as well. Make sure he goes to the right one.
Yeah.
No, we're really excited at this carnival. We're looking forward to the State of Origin. It's got a lot of following over here in WA. We'd like to have some match races like you do up there, and hopefully we will do in the future. Good luck with it, Luke, and hopefully a few WA greyhounds can bring some of your rich prize money back here west.
Thanks, Peter, and thanks, Leia. And you need to get over here again, Leia. We loved having you over here last.
Thank you so much. I'll definitely make my way over soon.
He hasn't asked me, you've noticed. Anyway, thanks, Luke. Good luck. Good bloke. Luke Gatehouse joining us from Queensland Greyhound Racing, and it is an exciting time and so much rich prize money. And with the WA flavour over there, Leia, it just adds that, doesn't it, to watching Greyhound Racing from Albion Park coming up on Thursday night. Good luck to Bunny Brash as well. He'll be calling all of the action. We're heading up to Northam today. Of course, the first of 12 races this afternoon gets underway at 1:22. So heading up to the Avon Valley, we'll probably we'll definitely stop at a pie house on the way up. Not sure which one. I'll let Liam and the team decide that, and we'll call in 15 minutes prior to the first with a preview.
Fantastic. We're looking forward to it. Back soon with Race Day.